Your Thompson's Independent Battery C, and we're going to demonstrate the loading and firing by detail of a 10-pound Parrott rifle. Gunner, take charge of your detachment. Load by detail. Load.
Counter battery fire, range 1,200 yards, with common shell, by detail, load.
Gunner was in charge of the loading and firing management of the gun. He would specify the target, the type of shell used to attack it, and the range. Back at the limber chest, the crew members back there are listening for that range. So if he specified an explosive round, they could pull the right round out of the limber and prepare the time fuse for the range that he specified.
Send the vent.
Black powder is very gritty, so they go in with the brush and clean the vent. During the time of the Civil War, they didn't do this with every round. As reenactors, we clean it with every round. The vent would be sealed to prevent anything that's burning inside from having air sucked in and out like the bellows of a forge when the implements are worked in the gun. The worm is used to go in and drag out any burning pieces of powder bag that may still be in the bore. At the time of the Civil War, they did that like maybe every 4 or 5 rounds, or if the sponge is bringing out a lot of unburned junk. As reenactors, we use aluminum foil cartridges, so we have to go in and worm with every round.
Sponge.
As you can appreciate, it's very important that there's nothing be burning in that bore when you load the next round. If there is something still smoldering in there and the powder bag's a little bit leaky, it'll detonate as soon as it hits that flame. There won't even be time to let go of the rammer. It'll just tear your arm or hand right off. So they're very careful to go in with a damp but not wet sponge and extinguish any sparks that might be in there.
Advance the round.
By this time, the crew back at the limber will have cut the fuse to the right number of seconds or quarter seconds for flight time, prepared the round, and they'll send it forward to the gun. The gunner will inspect the round to make sure it's the one he called for, and then send it forward to the gun. The gun will be placed the round will be placed in the muzzle of the gun, and a rifled ammunition with a separate powder cartridge first, top shell loaded on top of it, and everything pushed to the back. The crewman will then return to the limber to get ready to take the next round if it's fired again.
Ram.
The whole package is pushed to the back of the bore. At this point, the gunner will take the sight for the Parrott rifle out of its pouch, place it in the holder, and he'll go through his sighting assisted by crewman number 3, who will man the trail spike and move the gun laterally at the direction of the gunner to line up on the target. The gunner himself will control the elevation screw to raise or lower the elevation of the piece as necessary, using the sight that was placed in the holder to guide what his actions are.
Piece is clear.
When the gunner is satisfied with the aiming, he'll signal that the piece is clear, pick up the sight, return it to its pouch, and step clear of the wheelbase. When this gun is fired, if there's a projectile in there, it'll recoil violently. So the crew has to be very careful to stay outside of the wheelbase so the gun does not roll back and hit them.
Ready.
At the ready command, crews number 3 and 4 will step in. Crewman number 3 will poke a hole in the powder bag with a vent pick. And number 4 will insert a friction primer and play out the lanyard.
Gun is prepared to fire.
Sir, gun is prepared to fire.
Thank you. Commence fire.
Prepare.
The prepare command, the crew goes into their safety positions. The gunner will look around, make sure everything's safe for the firing. Last in battery command, as I explained, the piece, if it had a projectile there, would recoil violently. We'll grab the gun and they'll muscle it forward as close to the starting position as they can get so that it's easier to sight in on the target again. If it recoiled back and they just simply pushed it forward wherever, you'd have to completely resight the piece. And that concludes our demonstration of how it was done during the Civil War.